Well, here I am again doing another derusting video. Well, what am I doing this time? Well, electrolysis. I have a part here that I wanted to derust. This is 65 Thunderbird lower control arm. And I want to derust this one because I want to paint it before I put it back on the car in the spring, or maybe it'll go on the convertible. I don't know. At this point, I have no idea what I'm going to do with that. But anyway, it's something of value to derust because it will get used somewhere, maybe sold, who knows. So I need to get some more washing soda. So I'll get that stuff gathered up. I'll get the bin full of water, get some washing soda. We'll get some wire so we can hang this sucker as long as it fits. If not, I'll pull it apart so it will fit. And I'll find a piece of scrap metal. I don't know if it makes a difference with electrolysis, if it's degreased or not. We'll see. All right, so I got some equipment gathered up here. I've got some Arm & Hammer So Clean Super Washing Soda. But we'll set that aside for now because I measured some out. So right here I have a half a cup of the washing soda measured out, 7 gallons of water in this tank, US gallons of water in this container. So I have a half a cup, so that's 8 tablespoons right there. And what I could find out is that some people that were doing this recommended that you use more. So I have a half a cup here, well that's 8 tablespoons, we'll just dump that in. And I'm going to double it, so I don't think it'll hurt it any. So there's another half cup here, so a full cup altogether. So let's give it a stir, and I'll show you the rig I set up for hanging it. So what I have here is my control arm, and I'm pretty sure you guys can see that. So the control arm I hung it with steel wire. So let's put it in the water. And it should fit, because I tested it already. It should fit down in there, all right, below the surface. There we go. So now what we have is some sacrificial angle iron, and I took and cleaned a little bit of the rust off of it. And because I'm going to use 2 pieces, I'm going to jumper it. So I'm just going to jumper from one to the other with just a jumper here. And that should provide negative over to the other side. So I've got my old school battery charger here. The positive on the sacrificial, and the negative goes on the wire. Well, there it's plugged in. Not much happening just yet, but my charger is on at just under 4 amps. Seems to be all it's taking. So let's just kind of keep an eye on it and see how this works. Okay, I don't know if you guys can see it or not, but there are some bubbles starting. Very hard to see in there, it's murky. Anyhow, it is starting to bubble a little bit on the part, and some foam collection on that side over there. And not much there. So let's just leave this for a while. Leave it for a couple hours and I'll come back and check on it. Little checkup on it, it's about 10 minutes later. And I was using this angle iron here, but I was thinking after I did it that maybe it's too rusty, I should have been cleaned up. So I went and got some scrap sheet metal that was clean on both sides, and it's down in the water a good bit there. So that should help this process a little bit. I don't know if that makes any difference or not, but hey, if I'm going to do it, I might as well do it give it as best chance as I can. So let's let it sit for a bit, and I'll come back and check on it. All right, it's the next day, and I'm still testing out my electrolysis project here. New to me, I've never done this before. I've always kind of wanted to, and a lot of people have, said, hey, you should try that out. And I think actually, honest with you, I think I've been missing out. Anyway, last night around 2 hours after I changed the plates out, I checked it, and the water was murky, but it was looking good. And I brushed it a little bit with a brush. It had already started to remove some of the rust. So then let it sit again for about another 3 hours, and the water was more brown. And brushed it a little bit more and checked it out, and it was not a lot different than the 2 hour mark, but a little bit different, but not a lot different. So then I left it overnight, so now it's, oh gosh, it's about 22 hours later from when I first turned this on. It's still running just under 4 amps on the charger. Didn't seem to change that much at all, but the water has I say cleared, it's not a opaque murky, it's brown murky. It's not a white murky, that's what I'm trying to shoot for. It's more of a brown murky. But you can actually see the part very clearly in it from here. And I'm going to bring you in and I'll show you. And this is impressive, very impressive. I'm liking it. My measurements on the washing soda, yeah, I mean, it's supposed to be really for 7 US gallons, was only supposed to be 7 tablespoons of washing soda, but hey, I've seen it all over the map. I've watched quite a few videos on this, and I've seen people use all kinds of different measurements, and I just went with a little more won't hurt. And so that's what I went with. So let's take a look in the tank, and we'll decide whether it's time to take it out or not. So you can see, I'm going to just pull it up a tiny bit. This part is like, it didn't have super heavy rust on it. I think with some scrubbing, that part's going to be pretty much done. It sure has changed it. So let me get my little brush here and see if I can do a little scrubbing where you guys can see it. I don't know if you can see that or not. I'll put up here where that brace is. But that, to me, is like, wow. It's pretty impressive, actually. I'll see if I can get some in here. Wow, that's like shiny metal in there. I don't know if you guys can see it or not, but that is pretty sweet. Inside the control arm, right in there. What's it look like? Oh yeah. Yeah, that's nice. So I'm going to get this out. I think that's good enough for this one. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to get a bucket of fresh water, and we'll put it in, and I'll get some gloves on, and we'll scrub it down. Let's see how this looks. I suspect the places where the grease was, it's going to be clean metal anyway, or painted metal, at least. So let me get this all cleaned up, and we'll take a peek at it, because it's coming out pretty nice so far, but you guys can't really see much in the bucket. So let me just continue on with this, and then I'll return us back when it's all cleaned up. Well, there it is, de-rusted with electrolysis. I'm very impressed. What do I really think of the electrolysis? Well, I think I was a fool for not trying it sooner. That's what I think. This is great. This will save a lot, because you could have several tubs going if you needed to, really. I mean, I only use the one, but if you have many parts, well, I have the other lower control arm and 2 upper control arms to do. I'm not going to do them right now, but in the spring I'll be doing them, and maybe before. And this is the way that I'll be doing it right there. But I will degrease it first and strip them down so they're just individual pieces. Anyway, guys, I like it, and I appreciate you being here watching this video. Thank you very much, and we'll catch you in the next one.